Welcome to Nerdtime Chronicles. What happened to that M Audio producer? We used to have it. Do you remember?
Are you talking to me?
Scott.
Has a bard joined the party? I will make you improvise your song spells if you become a bard, Jeffrey.
No, I don't think so.
I just want to say it's already been a week and Jeff's beard has already grown back full force because he's already trimmed it once.
Oh yeah, it's so normal. I didn't even notice. I had forgotten that he looked crazy last week. So, are we all met?
Yeah.
Pat.
Oh, okay. Well then, I guess technically, if we wanted to, we could try getting started.
You mean play the game?
Let's D&D. D&D brought to you by Dr. Thunder. Dr. Thunder, the drink of D&D.
Last time we gathered, you have found your way to what appeared to be a rather lackluster office party set out in the basement. You rooted around, found a few red potions and things, and just before you left the basement through the fire exit and proceeded back to your normal mundane lives, someone got distracted over by the boiler room door, and the team moved in that direction, thought they heard somebody struggling inside, called out, "Do you need help?" and tried a variety of ways to make their way through the door. You finally succeeded in bashing it open and getting inside in time to discover that your new boss, Douglas Threeman, had been webbed into the corner of the room and seemed to be terrified of a rat. You pursued the rat in combat after it tried to bite, and ultimately Alanir was poking around what appeared to be some sort of nest, and the rat leapt out, transforming into its true form of the little demonic imp Quasit, and you battled that. You managed to defeat the Quasit, save Douglas Threeman, and discover that the world was not as controlled as you thought previously, and that there was a whole additional magical realm underground Atlanta. And you were offered a job in the IT department of Threeman Industries. As you went upstairs to discuss the offer and some promised rewards, Alanir noticed a second face peeking out from him within Threeman's trench coat, and through a quick grab, exposed that Douglas Threeman was not a very tall human. He was in fact three gnomes sitting on each other's shoulders inside a trench coat.
Aaron, I want to ask, did you mean to put a Quasit in our closet?
A closet is where I keep my Cwothes.
There's a Quasit in my closet. There's a gnome up in this room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't, but I wish I had.
A gnome in my
And
phone.
all future villains will rhyme with the space that they are located in.
So, Douglas Threeman, are their names like Douglas, Doug, and Dougie? Are they all named varieties of Doug?
You don't know that yet.
I know. I was just hoping.
Are you asking that in character or asking me, the
No,
Dungeon Master?
I was just asking the Dungeon Master. All right.
It's quite
D&D.
possible. Roll insight.
She's just trying to get some soft
You
cannon.
want me to? I'll totally roll insight. Let's see. Go to core. And where is insight? It is here. And I'm rolling it. I got an 8, 9.
You're reasonably confident that their names are probably Doug, Dougie, and Douglas.
Great.
Oh, that's what a closet looks like. I see.
Yes. So it seems that there are more secrets being revealed. You guys are having quite the orientation on your first day of work, aren't you? And he's like buttoning up his jacket as if he's hoping you don't ask any further questions or notice anything about it.
No. Why are you covering yourself up? We can clearly see there's three of you. It's kind of rude at this point to ignore that there's three of you. I'm assuming your names are all Doug, Dougie, and Douglas, and I would love to be corrected if I'm wrong, but here we are.
Is Ibis boring enough for me to take a short rest? Just by listening?
Technically, yes. If you like camp out in the corner for at least an hour and listen, you could take a quick rest.
No.
So Douglas sighs. All right, well, yes. She's got a point. You really ought to introduce us. Yes. Okay. Well then, allow me to introduce the rest of the three-man team, as it were. And he jumps down, and the other two unstack. And he says, "My name is Douglas," which is a slight pronunciation similar to Douglas. So that's how I ended up there. Allow me to introduce my compatriots, Nesvin. Hello, I'm Nesvin. He's also a gnome. He just has a really big, deep voice. I'm the legs. I carry these other two around. In fact, I've been carrying this one, and he gestures to the third, for more years than I care to admit.
I hear you. All right, sorry.
And the third one looks over at him and says, "Well, that's not really how I would phrase it, Nesvin. My name is Clohani, Nesvin's ex-wife, though we still work together to maintain the balance of the industry."
Oh, Clohani, that means family.
So your initials all spell Dawn. Okay, sorry.
Do they? D-N...
That's how it sounds to me.
Clohani and Nesvin. It's very nice. Very nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you. Rosemary wants to shake all of their hands.
Clohani stands up on tiptoes and reaches. K-L-O-H-A-N-I. Clohani.
I hear it now. I thought I didn't hear that. I heard O before. I didn't hear the K. Sarah.
Clohani reaches way up, standing on tiptoes to try and shake hands with the giantess, and the other two also sort of.
Rosemary kneels.
Okay, then
way to not be ableist.
So Clohani looks you more in the eye as you come down to meet her. Very nice to meet you, Rosemary. You seem to really... You're the heart of this team, aren't you? It's so lovely to meet you. And
I can tell you who the fart of this team is.
Nesvin also shakes hands and nods. Good to meet you. He gestures over to Hadron. You got some good moves there, man. Good moves.
So I have a question.
Yes?
Sorry, Scott.
That's all right.
My question is for the DM. So
Yes.
Is Douglas the head?
Douglas has been the head you've been interacting with, yes.
Okay, and is it Douglas with a G or Duckless with a K? I couldn't hear. That's why.
Yeah. It's Douglas is close enough, but it is got more of the glottal stop in there in Gnomish. Douglas.
Oh.
Douglas.
Thank you. It's a velar fricative.
Viewer for
Gotcha.
Very nice.
I am, yeah. I knew it was a risk when I called it out, but
Good try. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. But yes, I do believe our intrepid head of the corporation offered you guys some rewards, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not
That's
mistaken.
correct, he did.
Yes, so I think we'll just go ahead and get right to it, shall we? Let's head upstairs.
Yes,
And-
let's.
All
The
right.
three gnomes start heading out of the basement, piling back on top of each other and closing the coat as they go.
As we pass by the rooms that were on either side of the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
Hadron's gonna stop the Oompa Loompas and say, "What about whoever's in there? There's a body. There's a body in there.
Oh,
You might explain in that."
well, while we do utilize those rooms for training, they are bleed-through points from the other realm, and so things come into them. Though generally they tend to be a skills test and a combat training room, there are a variety of things that sort of bleed through at different times. Was it a recently deceased? I could run the work orders and see if anybody's been down here.
Oh, it was a skeleton.
Ah, well,
It's
that's
still a dead body in your basement.
yes. And he looks at you, trying to figure out where the complication comes in.
I have a question.
Yes.
Well, since this party, we know that there's three of you. Is there a reason that you're having to maintain appearances that there's one of you? I feel like everyone's out of the building. I don't know. It just seems sort of like, why
you
not
did
give everybody...
mention that everybody had evac. Well, surely by this point they would have started coming in again. Well, we'll check when we get up to the labs. But yes, generally, while we're on the main floor, well, I guess we'll just take the elevator direct. We don't necessarily need to get on the main floor. It's just habit. While you're walking around, you get used to standing on two people's shoulders, right? I mean, we all feel that way on work days, right? Okay. So they backtrack a little bit and go to the elevator and push the call button and step into the elevator.
I follow them. Can we all fit?
Yeah,
Cool.
with them stacked.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to step on anybody.
Everybody else getting on the elevator? I assume? Have I lost everybody?
No, that's
Still in her inventory.
Hadron's not real
problems.
pleased with this answer, but
Okay.
he'll leave it for now. It's fine. I mean, because I made a medicine check, and you said it looked, as far as he could tell, it looked mostly human.
Yes,
So,
he's bothered.
yes, he's bothered that there's a dead human body in the basement, and nobody seems to care.
I mean, you can continue to address it with Douglas if you want to.
No, he addressed it, and Douglas didn't seem to care, so take care of it later. It's fine.
Okay. So then the question is, now, are you willing to get into an elevator with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody refraining from getting in the elevator? I'm assuming not.
Ibis totally gets in the elevator.
Great.
Where is the elevator on the map?
The two boxes that match up to sort of how they were on the floor higher.
Oh,
Working.
The elevator is in your heart.
These boxes here are the elevators.
These
You
boxes
can't
are
tell
in your
from
heart.
the empty frame square.
Ba, 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 ba.
down at the end of the hall. Oh wait, that's the trapdoor. Oh, I see. Now I understand. Capisco.
See, we totally all fit. All right. So you go up in the elevator, and he leads you down a bit of a hall, because you go up past the floor you've been mostly hanging out on. And we're up here now.
Ooh.
And so he brings you to a door labeled the lab, and leads you inside and brings you down to this room here. Without, I think, any issues or complications. And so in this room, you see a couple of computer workstations, and you see a glass window looking into the connected room where you see a large disk platform about a foot in height, connected to a bunch of machines and cables all over the room, and sort of almost in like its own column of light. And he says, and the three gnomes separate, and Nesveen goes to the one of the computer terminals and starts typing into it. And Douglas says, "So I did promise you a reward and a hiring bonus. Congratulations, welcome to Synovia, Threeman Industries." I wanted to first give you a little bit of what we call here DLC. DLC, or downloadable content, is pulling artifacts and objects from the Synovia realm into ours to be utilized by our IT department and our other employees in our overall job to keep the city and really the world safe from the bleed through effects. Now, while we can gather things that are going to connect to you in some way, we cannot really guarantee exactly what's going to come through. It's hard unless you physically go into the other realm to bring specific things through. But we should be able to get something exciting for each of you. Would anybody like to volunteer to go first, or demand to go first?
I'll go.
Great. All right. So Lonnie comes over to you and says, all right, to get something that really is going to serve you in the most effective way possible, I do just need to take just a little bit of a DNA sample.
Don't say blood. Don't say blood.
It doesn't have to be blood, but it could be. That's usually the easiest.
I have so many other fluids.
I don't want any other fluids. Either a little bit of blood, a cheek scraping, a hair, any of that will do.
I'm going to pluck out a hair.
All right.
You don't have that many left. You got to be careful.
Someone hear a buzzing sound?
No. She takes the hair and she sets it into, she opens a little port in one of the machines and drops the hair down, and there's sort of a crackling thing of energy. And Nesvin at the computer terminal types in some things, and he says, all right, just go on in there and we'll get your object to you. And he gestures to a door into the other room.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Great. So once you're in there, the floor starts humming. The raised circle in the center. No, don't stand.
It looks so cool.
No.
Oh, I'll right here.
Yeah, next to it is better.
On these cords.
Yeah, that's
these cords
fine.
Look pretty great.
Don't trip. Don't cut them. Oh. All three gnomes just put their face down into their hands and rock for a second.
I'm looking for the plug. Where's this thing plugged in at? Is this Linux? Is this running Linux? I've heard of Linux. Ooh.
And so the
CIRP.
floor plate begins to hum, and energy crackles, and a mechanized arm descends, and sort of somewhere between like a 3D printer and the Tron animation, where like things materialize particle by particle, the plate begins to fill with an object. Roll for me a D20, please.
Okay. Is it that slash roll 1d20? Slash. Consummate V's.
16. All right.
That's a good number, right?
It's a great number.
Consummate V's.
So, on the platform, bit by bit, particle by particle, this leather satchel begins to appear. It's about the size
Of this?
Yes. In fact, it looks exactly like that.
Oh my god, it materialized in Jeff's
How'd
room.
you do that?
I'm a really good dungeon master.
It's got my name on it.
The only difference, it has Alanir's name
Oh yeah,
on
it's
it.
got the wrong guy's name on it. I'm in the
And-
game somewhere.
The computer terminal next to you lights up. And
Also accurate.
so on the display terminal, you see the following. You see the word appear: B.L.AMMO, blammo. And then underneath, it begins to appear letter by letter, the bag of lethal ammo.
Yes.
And it has some details and instructions for the bag of lethal ammo. And in your journal, I've sent it over to you. So you now have access to the blammo. But basically, mechanically, anything that goes into the bag comes back out imbued with additional energy and will do a minimum of 1d4 damage when it's used successfully as a thrown ranged weapon attack.
Yes.
So it's the Gambit bag.
It's the Gambit bag.
Yes.
If it's a more reasonable thing, like if you put one of your coffee creamers in there, I, Aaron, the Dungeon Master, promise you will get 1d4 of damage out of it when you chuck it at someone.
Good.
But if you put something down in there that's like more reasonable, like a lawn dart, you'll get better damage than you would from just an improvised thrown weapon.
I'm just gonna really test how much you're willing to give me that 1d4.
And there's some instructions on like how much you can fit in there. Pulling an item out is a bonus action. So you can then throw it as an attack action.
All right, I'm gonna put one blade of grass in there. It says blade on
All
the
right.
name.
Fantastic. So you now have the blammo.
That's so cool.
D4 of allergy damage.
They sneeze so hard. And so then the gnomes wave you to come back out of the room. Fantastic. I hope you find that helpful in your ongoing missions for the team.
Hey guys, I got a purse.
Could we see into the room?
Yeah, like there's a monitoring lab window into the room.
Neat
All
purse.
Very nice purse.
Got some guy's name on it.
Hadron, do you want to go next? I'm looking at Hadron's face because I want to see what he's thinking.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I just need something to connect you into the system.
Hadron will pluck out a hair as well.
Okay. Beard or is it beard hair? Is it?
Oh, hair on his head. This is a fantasy world where my character has hair.
So
Even
very
though I
short, high and tight. Yep. So she again opens the little chute. There's crackling energy inside. She drops the hair into that. Nazveen starts typing into his terminal, and the door opens and allows you inside. Once you get in there, roll me a d20, and if you do anything else, let me know. Ooh,
10.
okay. 1 second. Let me.
It's been a statistically average sort of day for me, so this makes
All right.
sense.
No, I'm super excited. Okay.
Oh.
So again, the printer comes into action, and it sparks, and it like starts laying out this object, and it stays very close down to the surface of the plate, but it begins to take on a very shiny appearance, and it slowly, as the shape solidifies, you discover at the bottom on the floor of the plate a replacement blade that would fit your halberd. This one is really intricately decorated with sort of filigree scroll work all across the blade. And the computer terminal clicks on, and it displays the name the Oathkeeper Blade.
Oh.
And it says that you have been entrusted with the Oathkeeper's Blade. When the wielder swears an oath, the words of that promise are going to appear amongst the scroll work on the blade, and you will have advantage on rolls that directly lead you to satisfying that promise, and disadvantage on rolls on anything that goes against keeping that promise.
Nice.
Swear to me.
And once you complete a task that you have sworn to do, the letters will fade back into the blade.
Awesome.
So that is in your journal, and unless you choose not to, becomes the blade of your halberd.
Okay. That will. No, I certainly will. I'll take that. Where is my journal? What do you click on?
The newspaper-looking thing in the right-hand status bar. It didn't go for some reason. Sorry, 1 second.
Well, that's okay.
When it
How about
goes,
now?
when you go, you've
Yep.
got mail.
You've got a
Hey,
halberd.
guys.
You've got chainmail.
All right.
That's literally something I have in the corner of my room. That picture is literally a product that I have in the.
I also managed to make that appear in your room.
We're all just full of
Whoa.
props.
Ooh.
15 years ago.
This is going to be really upsetting when the next one doesn't work out for me.
Wow,
Would you
and you also gave it to my brother and friends, and they gave it to me for my birthday. Wow, you've been setting this game
Otherwise-
up for a long time, Aaron. That's the long game.
If you do it right, you can't even tell if something was done.
It's pretty close.
Rosemary looks at Ibis.
You can go first. I don't mind waiting.
Okay. I go next.
All right.
Not like you to be able to hold it in.
I offer my left thumb.
Oh, of course.
whole
And
thing.
Kloani takes very, very medically. You know, she's got the gloves, and she basically does a little pipette and takes a little bit of blood, opens in the hatch, puts the biomass into it. Nesveen types at his terminal, and the door opens once again.
And I turn to everybody else and kind of shrug. She did say blood was best. And now I go in.
All right. So if you're doing anything in the room, of course, play it. Let me know. But otherwise, you can roll d20.
Sweet. I'm just standing quietly in the corner. I clicked. There it goes. I got a 5.
All right. The machinery comes into action, and the arm comes down, and it stays almost in place. It doesn't move nearly as much as for either of the other objects, and then it pulls back up into its starting position, and you actually have to sort of get a little closer to see what it has created for you. And it is a black velvet choker And the ornament right on the front is a silver screaming skull.
Shit.
Oh, I see. We're going back to 90s Hot Topic. That's good.
Excellent.
And the terminal illuminates for a moment, and it reads "The Choker of Thunderous Rebuke." And so, once per long rest, when taking damage as a reaction, you can cast Thunderous Rebuke and basically scream back at them, and they'll take 2d10 thunder damage.
Ooh.
Side note, my mom has that ability natively.
I think
It's a
all
racial
moms
feature.
do.
She used it on a squirrel that got into our living room one night.
That's awesome.
Well,
She was guarding the door and it charged at her. And she screamed at it and it ran away.
Nope. Or
that's good. I put on. Go ahead, Scott.
The real question, however, for Hannah is that an object that you already own?
I have a choker. It is not velvet. It's black, I think lace, and it has a little like crystal pendant instead of a screaming skull. But I do have a black choker necklace.
ooh,
Pretty close.
meta.
Thanks, God.
I'm going to write a creepypasta about this, by the way.
I guess it's my turn. Yeah.
If you're ready.
It should be. So Ibis is looking a little nervous, but he goes up to the gnome woman and he pulls up his sleeve and offers his forearm, and looks away because he doesn't like needles.
And she reaches down to her belt and pulls out a 6-inch dagger and holds it up over the arm for a moment.
I'm looking away. I can't. I'm just blocking it out. I can't. I'm just holding my arm out and I'm looking away because I don't. Out of sight, out of mind.
So she sighs and puts the dagger away and very medically takes a little pipette and gets a little drop of blood out.
And Ibis flinches a little bit, but like just little, and it's like, okay. And he didn't fart, and so he like feels a little happy about the fact that like he held it in. Okay.
I think she helped out. She was like, okay, I'm gonna do it on 3. 1, 2, and she'd already done it on 2.
That's a pediatrician trick.
Right, lies. And then he's just gonna go in the corner and wait. He's a little nervous, but he's gonna wait.
Okay, so she activates her component. She opens the hatch and puts in the biomass, and then Nazveen types in, and the door slides open. And whoop. Sorry,
Rolled a 16.
All right.
Jeff, I do think this mic is picking up the fan noises from my computer. I apologize.
Don't worry about that. I mean, that's easy for me to take out.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. It's still better than what comes over Hangout.
Okay.
For sure.
Sorry, Barnaby's howling the songs of his
Is
people.
that him?
Yeah.
So hungry.
I just fed him. When my mic went out, I was like, I might as well feed this cat to no avail.
Yeah. No one loves me.
Broken it somehow. Give me one more second. You were all being so demanding and awful for.
Ibis, what's wrong with your biomass? You broke it.
Okay.
That doesn't surprise
That's
me.
the most like highbrow fat joke I've heard in a minute.
Oh no.
So go ahead and Sarah and roll me 3d4.
Oh, okay.
All right.
8.
8. Ooh, that's a good. Okay, so it prints and a little bag, smaller, than Alanir's. It's almost like a little dice bag size of a bag with a drawstring is left behind on the platform.
I go over and I pick it up.
It feels like there's something little small round type things inside the bag.
All right, I'm gonna open it up and look inside and stick my hand in and pull out whatever's in there.
Okay, so as you open it, the first thing immediately is you just notice this strong smell of boiled eggs. And then you reach in.
I smell my armpit just to make sure that, like, it's not me.
This might even be slightly worse than your own armpit. That's how strongly of boiled eggs this smells. And when you pull one out, you discover that it's got 8 white jelly beans that smell of boiled eggs.
Okay.
So you have 8 of these boiled egg jelly beans. After eating a bean, Skin Bubble doubles in range for 1 hour. Stink Bubble.
Yes. All right.
Skin bubble.
So you can get like a full melee combat inside Stink Bubble for an hour.
Nice.
But there are 8 of them.
Okay.
So that's what you've got.
8
Skin bubbles.
egg beans. I'm just putting that in my inventory.
Yeah, and in your journal is a description to help you remember about
Awesome.
them.
Skin bubble.
All right.
It's cool. I mean, Ibis is a little disappointed because everyone got like cool stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is useful." But he's also really appreciative of like, okay, he's accepting that he's just the gas. Like he's really accepting that this is just he's gassy.
Oh.
It's a lot to accept.
So they look around.
Wait, but as I come back, I go, hey, Alanir, I think you're just come here. I think you'd understand what this is better than I can. Do you want to look?
Oh, God. Sure. Yeah.
And I just open up the bag and I just show him, and like I'm like, and I just chuckle and I close the bag and I put it back on my person.
That's disgusting.
Okay.
Is everybody relatively happy with what they got?
Yes.
Maybe not with what other people got, but at least what they got.
Yeah, I think this will be good.
It's great. It's great.
Excellent. Well, next stop, we're going to make sure you are equipped and ready to take on your new duties as IT professionals. So we'll head to the armory.
Nice.
Was that Maybelline, that little squeak?
No, that's Barnaby.
That's Barnaby. Barnaby's over here meowing that I'm a bad mom, just looking forlorn.
So cute.
Poor cat.
Okay, sorry.
All right,
That's
armory.
To the armory.
To the armory. And so he leads you into the big central room. And so basically, I don't know if you would like to play something out here, we certainly can. This is an opportunity if you're currently basically in real world clothing, and we've been giving it sort of whatever stats you're supposed to have to make the mechanics up till now work. But if you would like to really have an in-universe reason why you've got the stuff you're supposed to have, this is a place to stock up on that. But I'll also say if there are that you've been given a bonus, and I've got a sheet to share with you. If there's any standard D&D stuff you want to buy, just let me know.
Fantasy
But Look, I'm trying not to be too blatant about it. Because you made me record all of this, and I'm stealing enough shit from other shows already that I'm trying to at least pretend.
Fantasy Casca. No, but you always have to go to the shop.
Yeah.
But we could be Fantasy Sam's Club.
We'll find our own thing. Okay, so this is the chance now to bridge the gap, huh? I feel like Alanir would like if there's a cool wardrobe to wear that's part of this. I feel like I'd go for it. Accessories at least. I don't know. His time as a Rennie's coming back.
I know that Ibis, while he was wearing a pretty like loose-ish kind of hoodie, since this magic has happened, it's getting to be a little bit more tight. So maybe if he can upgrade to a more flowier hooded hoodie, tunic, breathable fabric that's stretchy.
Okay. So they're really able to accommodate a lot because they've either, as long as it's not like a magical item.
No.
Right. They can generate it from this sort of 3D printing technology if it's just something that you would want. If there's something in the standard D&D sort of playbook or armor or descriptive elements like Sarah Lynn was just doing, but then there's also, if you would like, a little list of purchasable items over in my shared screen if you want anything from what I've been cooking up.
Okay, the list makes sense.
I'm interested in three things.
Okay.
The never empty pickle jar, the pocket parachute, and the skull crushing boots.
Okay. So you've been given an allotment of 300 credits, gold.
Okay.
Each player's got 300 that they can spend from this list.
What is the never empty pickle jar? Is it literally just a jar of pickles that never gets empty?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good though.
Oh man, I want to go for those sponge dinosaur pills and my good friend Red Potion.
Okay.
I made. Does anyone want the bag of ball bearings?
No.
Oh,
Is
the
that
all or
exactly
nothing
what
coin.
it sounds like?
Yeah, that one's basic.
Although there's an all or nothing coin that also speaks to me. Oh, the dinosaur pills are 200. Inflation.
Where are you guys seeing this? I'm sorry.
On
Look in the
Aaron's
Hangout.
page.
Sorry, in the Google Hangout, I've shared a screen with a spreadsheet on it.
What is subtle butt underwear?
So subtle butt underwear. Oh, sorry, that's priced wrong.
Oh, that's terrible. You can't do that.
How
No!
convenient.
I didn't know. I meant
How
that one.
convenient.
No!
I'm sorry. I'm a bad
He's
DM.
not. He's not
You can
either, but-
negotiate, maybe. I don't know.
All right, what is subtle butt underwear?
It is charcoal filter underwear. And it allows you specifically to cast one subtle spell in a day without sorcery points.
Oh, ooh. Damn it. Those are, that's, damn.
What's the all or nothing coin?
The all or nothing coin, once a day, you can, instead of rolling a d20, flip the all or nothing coin, and you will either get a 1 crit fail or a 20 crit success.
What is the Wand of Bubbles?
The Wand of Bubbles is a wand that shoots out bubbles.
Cool.
All right. You've sold me on the subtle butt underwear.
Okay.
But it's not going to make any of my other spells less. It's going to enhance, like, if I want to do a subtle, silent, but deadly thing.
Yeah, it's actually got two components. It can do take out the verbal and somatic details of your spell. So yes, a silent but deadly part attack. Or you can cast Mage Hand invisibly.
Ooh, yeah, subtle Subtle butt underwear.
All right. That is now in your journal.
A journal. Subtle butt underwear. Cool. And I'm gonna still have some flowy, good, breathable, kind of like harem pants with pockets, and a really badass like hooded tunic. It's breathable and gorgeous.
Great. I look forward to the character art.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Skullcrusher boots, please.
Skullcrusher boots. If an enemy is prone already, you can bonus action stomp on them and cause some damage.
Oh no.
So it couldn't be the same round when you knocked them prone.
Okay. And then Rosemary loves the game and she's played a lot. Can she flip through the Synovia Player's Guide and see if there's anything in there that she doesn't know? Are there secret tips and tricks?
Wrapped in plastic.
Has Rosemary seen it before? Is this like something you can buy? Or find online?
It's got the alternate holographic cover.
I want to buy that.
All right. So then you have 100 else if you want to buy something.
I think I'm just going to hang on to the other 100.
Okay.
Write down
Mark
that
down.
I have it.
Synovia Player Guide and 100 extra Synovian bucks.
Thank you muchly.
So you then open up the wrapper and read your player's guide?
I do.
You will have a +1 to Arcana and History when it's specifically about game details.
Yes! So excited. Thank you.
What's a drift globe?
A drift globe is a floating light source that will move around with you, but leave your hands free.
We call those China balls.
Yes. But a magic floating China ball.
We had one of those in Florida once. They did these huge lanterns, and they floated over the set. It was amazing. It's what I see in my head. Yeah, it was really cool.
I'm content to let you reskin it as fit your own head canon, as long as you know it.
I definitely okay. A bag of ball bearings is just a bag of ball bearings, right? I would like to go for that all or nothing coin, unless anyone wants it. I want that all or nothing coin and a red potion.
Okay.
I assume you have more than one red potion.
Yeah, red potions and the $100 objects. Except for the jar of pickles, I think the $100 objects are all repeatable buys. Okay, mark down all or nothing and a red potion.
Dear
Can
diary.
I say what Rosemary wants her outfit to be?
Yes, please.
Okay, Rosemary wants gladiator sandals that go all the way up her calves. Because, by the way, she's still wearing, like, shreds of her outfit that she came to work in. So, she would like leggings and kind of a short dress, I think, and a cool-ass hooded cloak.
Okay.
Hooded cloaks are the
y'all
shit.
are making notes of these.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Rosemary and I are definitely in the hooded cloak club. Hooded cloak, hoodie,
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah.
You are fine. You are not hungry.
So hungry.
You are not hungry. Come here. Come here.
Scott's reading, he's thinking, he's pondering.
Can I also say
Big
that
decisions
Ibis,
ahead.
he came with like it's not a ShamWow, but it's something like a ShamWow because he is still always a little clammy. And I feel like as he gains more weight, that's not going to end. But that his clothes are moisture wicking, so we never have to worry about sweat spots.
Excellent. Plus, I feel like your fancy new underwear should do something to alleviate swamp crotch.
Yeah. I know. I think he's like, he puts them on and he's like surprised, like he feels like a little more springy and supported in a way he hasn't felt in a few months.
We should get a Mack Weldon sponsorship. Get them silver-lined underwears. Shame on them for not sponsoring.
But Ibis, I think the hooded cloak, the top is like a beautiful like deep emerald green with like silver like trim on the hood and the sleeves, like some embroidery design or something. Like really, it'll look really cool when he's doing magic.
You said Ibis is in dark green?
Yeah, like a deep emerald green, I think.
Nice.
Scott, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Just making
Very
sure.
still.
You're more than welcome to think and ponder. I just
Well, no, you were busy. I think you were typing and stuff, so I didn't want to bother you while you're doing that. What does the soldier's trinket do?
Soldier's trinket is you can cast Blade Ward or True Strike as a bonus action up twice a day.
I already have Blade Ward as a cantrip, but
Is it an action or a bonus action?
action.
So this would allow you to slide it in.
That's true, but I'm gonna go utilitarian here, I think, and just get the bag holding, which Scott knows what that does. So,
Okay.
I mean, I don't remember the exact cubic feet weight stuff, but I know what it does.
Sure.
And that's 200, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll mark it off the sheet.
And full details are in your journal.
Thank you.
If you would like to reskin it for this universe, let me know what the outside of it looks like once you decide.
And I'm just going to go ahead and pick up my other mundane things that were on my sheet, like a shield and a short bow,
Great.
arrows.
Very cool. Everybody happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, what's everyone wearing?
Let's go through it one more time
be in
while
the
I'm
club.
paying attention.
Yeah.
Rosemary, do you want to go first?
Sure. Rosemary's wearing gladiator sandals, and I'm going back and forth about the leggings. I'll do some sketches. But she's wearing a dress and a cool-ass hooded cloak.
Ooh.
Ibis is kind of like vamping up what he kind of came in with, since it's already a little too tight, but essentially he's got ankle boots for support, these darkish, like earthy gray, kind of like harem pants, but they've got pockets, and they have this lovely embroidery down the side, and then a hooded tunic, kind of like cloak, tunic, hoodie kind of deal. There's still pockets in the front, and it's got it's dark emerald green with silver embroidery on the hood and the sleeves, and it's got a front pouch because he likes his pockets, and he's got a belt on where he can like hang things off of, and he still has his wedding ring on, which is the phoenix ring. That's his ring, but it's moved to his middle finger. Which I don't think I ever talked about, like in the first episode, but he still has his wedding ring. It's just moved onto a different finger now.
Ah. Yeah, as a heavier guy, I totally clocked that move of dark colors and billowy clothes.
And it's all moisture wicking fabric. There you go. Okay. And my new switchy charcoal undies.
Alanir? Hadwin?
I don't know yet. I want to hear everybody else so I can fit in.
Hedron will ask before deciding on what he's wearing, what sort of environments that the three men think that we're going to be operating in mostly.
But like, what's his base? Like blue spandex, yellow multi-pocket belts. You know, big red X coin on the pectoral. You know, what's the base?
The base is going to be camouflage.
What environment?
That's why I'm asking.
Okay, but if this were Futurama, or if this were some sort of cartoon, like just what's base? You know, you don't know where you're going to be. Where? I need to know where you fit in the team.
So Douglas steps forward and says, well, primarily, ideally, our goal, of course, is to keep you in this realm and defend against incursions onto this plane.
Okay, this realm and plane has a lot of different environments. Can you narrow it down for me a little bit from there?
We'll start you here in Atlanta, of course. This is one of the biggest leak points between the two realms that is currently active. The hot, happening metaphysical party going down.
I tried.
So it's Atlanta climate, is what you're saying?
Yes.
So it could be cold and then go up 40 degrees and be really humid and hot.
So like little 5 points camouflage.
Rosemary, did you have something you wanted to throw in?
Oh, I was just going to say, so variable.
I recommend layers for sure. It could be warm. Pollen is frequently an issue. It's only taken over people's brains once, but we managed to put a stop to that pretty quickly.
Were you guys behind Snowpocalypse?
We weren't behind it. We were part of getting rid of it. But I guess if you mean, were we behind it in terms of was an underground Atlanta effect? Yes. That was unfortunately our bad, as it were.
Ibis grabs, I don't know what the technical term, it's one of those scarves that kind of goes over your head, but you can also like bring up to your face as like a mask, but can also keep your neck warm. But it's also that one of those
like
things.
A survivor buff.
A survivor what?
Survivor buffs, the little rings of fabric that you could have as a hood or you could have as an armband.
Yeah. It can be multi-purpose. Yeah, because like if you said pollen and dust, if they're gonna be outside. Hold on, I gotta yell at the cat. Hey, stop! Stop scratching! Stop it! I'm sorry.
I've latched onto one thing: thumb holes. Whatever it is, okay. I got those fun little thumb holes.
Nice.
Hold on, pause. Wait, stop!
Everyone freeze! Everyone stop!
I can't do hoodie thumb holes.
Anything long sleeves gonna have thumb holes.
Okay.
That's all I can figure out.
Rosemary is realizing oh yeah, we're not immediately going into the world of the video game. So she reluctantly takes off the cloak and turns to whichever of the gnomes is closest and says, "Can I put this in my locker for later?"
Sure.
Oh, good. And then Rosemary finds like a more real life kind of hoodie, but it's still kind of flowy and drapey.
I just assume everyone thinks I'm really early for Dragon Con.
I will say we've had a surprisingly low surprise response from Atlantans the few times we've accidentally been caught out, as it were, between the just straight up weirdness in Atlanta and the general population's willingness to not notice things that they don't want to be aware of. If you want the cloak, I say go for the cloak.
It looks cool, Rosemary. You might as well. Come on, Cloak Club.
I know, but I'm just... What did you do?
Oh, like he's gonna elbow bump you.
Okay, I elbow bump Ibis back, but I have to kneel down. Or just bend down. I'm just so tall, so I want to not stand out too much. I'll save it for another day.
All right. It's totally up to you. The only part that's really sort of a uniform, just to get around the building at the very least, and he passes out very normal-looking lanyards with ID cards hanging off of them, and passes them out to each of you. This will get you access to levels of the facility that you are have security clearance for. That's these first 3 floors for sure. And then we'll put a team room for you in one of the suites upstairs. Do
we have to carry this when we go into the game world?
Again, there's going to be very little of going into the game world to keep your brains from exploding. It may be necessary at some point, but that's not the general day-to-day. Will be dealing with issues that have already come across to our realm. Well,
okay, I understand. But when we're on a job, if we're going to go out and about, we don't need to have it on. I just feel like it's a security thing to be like, hi, my name is Ibis and I work here. When we're trying to be incognito, to be like...
You'll have to check with Trish from HR about any specific regulations on name tag wearing. I always keep mine on me. All of the doors are keypad activated, the elevators, things like that. It's just easier to have it handy.
But it can be on a necklace. I don't have to just.
They're currently on lanyards.
Oh, okay. I see now. This is a visual descriptive show, an audio show. I couldn't see it in my eyes.
I'm trying my best.
I see. Okay, gotcha. All right. That's fine. He can put it on. He can hide it under his tunic, cloak robe.
Rosemary also has a crossbody purse, by the way.
Great.
I'm writing all this down.
Inventory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we still have the bags we came in with, right? So I still have because I've got Trisha's lunch still and all that stuff in the bag I brought, my just regular pedestrian bag.
Yes.
Okay.
And one of your teammates has selected the bag of holding. So if you begin to get things that you as a team have acquired, he has a lot of storage space.
Yes, bags of holding are always a good thing. Do they have different levels in this one, Aaron?
No, I just have the one set of instructions on it. If you've got a homebrew you want to send me.
Oh no, just in 3.5 it was there were 4 different levels of bag of holding. You'd get each one being more and more crap you could fit in it.
I'm not gonna keep really strict count of the stuff you shove in there unless it gets you can't put a building in there, you can't put a car. But if you can get it, if it helps the story move and rather than get bogged down on mechanics, I'm happy to shove it in the bag of holding.
We got one that was the largest ones were supposed to be the size of Santa Claus bags, that size. Mm-hmm. And there were times where we would all jump in the bag and one of us would carry.
And you can. All three out of the 4 of you would fit in. You have 10 minutes of shared air. Mm-hmm. So if 3 of you are in there, you can stay in there for 3 minutes.
We ended up inventing or finding some kind of way to keep an air supply in there. I think it was a bound air elemental or something that we had in there with us so that we could make
the stealthy one go first.
Well, no, it was more about moving a group of people a very long distance and having only one access to a griffin or a dragon or whatever to get there. So more about ease of travel. But anyway.
If y'all want to hack it to pieces later on and figure out weird broken shit to do with it, I'm all for it.
No. I'm not saying that trying to cause trouble, because that was definitely bending the rules a great deal. But,
which I'm fine with. I'm pretty. I want this to be fun adventure time romp rather than mathletes.
Math is awesome.
All right then. Well, it looks like you guys have had quite a day. So I think that's probably enough for day one. When you come in tomorrow, you can do your orientation videos that you skipped out on today, and then we'll see when we have a active engagement to send you out on in the near future.
So I just go home to my apartment?
Yes.
We
Okay.
go home looking like this now?
Is there, oh, this isn't how you came in.
Correct.
Ah, and is it a problem?
The neighbors might have some questions.
The police might have some questions.
For being tall?
Well,
She
You
doesn't
might wanna
match her
know-
license anymore.
people might want to know what I did with little Rosemary.
Oh, I see. Well, we do have some rooms here if you need a place to stay while you work out.
Oh, thank God. I got evicted. I really needed this job and a place to live. I was going to sleep in the break room when you weren't looking, or in the dumpster. Eventually, I'd break inside. I'm good at that, though. I just need somewhere to go. I used to live at a Renaissance festival.
Are you
drunk?
Did somebody? Oh God.
I drank my red potion early. It had a very different effect this time.
Wait, when did you drink the other one?
I don't know.
I pat Alanir on the back gently so I don't break him.
It wouldn't be the worst thing if.
Can I sleep here?
All right, so we've got the Miss Rosemary and Alan here will be staying. Does anyone else want to bunk down here for a while?
Well, remember, I asked you an hour or so ago. I said, "Is this look permanent?" And you said, "Nah." And while I understand that I have gained some weight in the last year or so, I'm not looking to keep this rotund appearance permanently. I thought it was like you come here. You fill me with more gas. I get that I'm gassy. I look at Alanir. I'm well aware. Thank you.
It's all right. It's not fair. You're right. It's not fair. You weren't this ugly last time, but look at you. You're horrific. That's not fair. That's not fair, man.
And yet you're still screeching.
That's not fair.
At least I have my own apartment.
Rosemary's patting him slightly harder and going, shh, shh, shh.
Fat guy got a raw deal, man. At least you're tall. That's cool.
So, is this permanent or not?
Well, we will have to look into it. I don't know exactly what happened to you. And Kalani comes up and sort of, do you mind if I have a look at what's going on?
At your own peril, but when I'm poked and prodded, I get nervous, and no one likes the results. But sure.
Oh, well, we'll save a thorough physical for another time. Though we can certainly arrange that. But she comes close and she sort of looks you over and tries to decide what she can. Sorry, 1 second. She's examined you and
Because as of right now, this is now the only pair of clothes that I feel will fit me, and I think it would be kind of weird to just wear the same outfit. Unless you're going to give me a whole week's worth of stuff, and that's fine.
Yeah, you should give us all new clothes. At least a week or a month. That would be fine too.
Well, we can certainly get you supplied. This is a unexpected turn of events. Do you know what happened when you changed?
You gotta listen to episode 1 or 2, man. I don't remember.
That's very meta. I don't think that belongs
no.
in this in the show. I don't think it's gonna make the edit, Ibis.
I got bigger and I felt more discomfort than I normally do.
It was when we touched our weapons. And we just felt, well, I felt.
Ah, that's right. You broke into the museum and
We needed weapons for the ants.
One, we didn't break in, we were trying to survive.
Fair enough. I take that back. All right. So then, this has the markings of a curse, something bestowed on you. Is there a magic user with some reason to be upset with you?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, unless my soon-to-be ex-wife happens to be a witch.
I didn't think magic was real. I thought it was just a video game. I don't understand anything.
Well,
That's what I was going to say.
Could it be a non-magic person who I just heard in my head that it then became a curse?
Interesting. Possible, I suppose. I mean, with curses, there's a lot of ways. Perhaps you yourself have cursed you.
And then you see Ibis get really quiet and a little sullen, and he just kind of becomes quiet and goes, yeah, okay, whatever, man. And like just kind of shuts down and goes, fuck it, I'll deal with it. I'm just going to go home. And he starts like walking off.
The good news is that usually the one who has cast the curse has the ability to remove it. We just need to figure out exactly what has happened and how to reverse it.
It's the he who smelt it, dealt it of magic.
He goes, yeah, I don't think this is gonna change anytime soon. Anyway, well, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow.
You can stay with us. You stay with us, man. You can stay.
He just starts walking off.
You don't have to go.
Heading towards his apartment.
Alanir's gonna run after him. He's gonna try. Alanir goes after him. He goes to the door. Come on, man. It's very dramatic exit, but you can stay. We got space.
Nah, I just think I kind of need some time to process. And your high-pitched voice is a little intense for me. So,
it's a lot for me, too.
Yeah.
Alanir, let him go. It's okay. We'll be back tomorrow.
I just can't have red potion anymore.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Yep. And
maybe switch to diet red potion next time.
That wasn't
Red
available
Potion
in the
Zero.
shop. Let Ibis have her dramatic exit moment.
doesn't matter. I guess he just he swipes the car, the door's open, he pushes the elevator button, and just looks very sullen.
Yeah, if this is not a scheme and he's sincerely just leaving the building, yeah, all the doors would work for him. The employees you see are coming back in. There doesn't seem to be any sign that the police or fire trucks have been there, but there are a lot of really burly men, women, and etc. that all wear tan trousers and short sleeve button up shirts with IT name tags that are sort of working the perimeter and getting people back in the building.
Cool. Yeah, no, Ibis is just looking around, but kind of keeping to himself, and he's just headed on out.
Okay, well, we'll catch up with him again in a moment.
I'm going to take that red potion out of my inventory now.
Did you really take it?
Yeah, if I said it, I did it. Whatever. I'm not going to sit here and say I did it and not do it. So there we go.
100 gold well spent.
Well.
All right. So is anybody else taking any action?
Hadrian will also say, well, I guess I've got some things to look for in my apartment. I guess I'll be back tomorrow. See you around. And
Hi, Hadrian.
he'll leave too.
You want to order a pizza?
I could go for pizza.
Fuck yeah. Roomies.
So Rosemary and Alanir are shown up to a sort of hotel style room up in the office complex, call in a pizza that they have to go get through the security door and everything. But and so that would be, at the very least, an opportunity for a long rest. So you can set your health to max, and you can reset anything that you might have used in the last episode. We've mostly been interluding so far this time. So,
So to update my health,
yeah.
that's the red bubble, right? When I click on my character on the map.
Yeah, and since you're going to max, it's probably easier to just type in 36 rather than try and add back in.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But you can also
My
change your
max is
current hit
36.
points on your character sheet, right?
Yeah, you can also do it on your character sheet, and it will. The red bubble will affect the character sheet. The character sheet will affect the red bubble.
All right.
It
Very
is
cool.
Got it.
both directional.
It occurs to me that Rosemary has at least one roommate. So, like, that's who cares what the neighbors think, but she does not want to explain this to her roommates. So,
We'll figure out how she deals with it in the long run. She could probably miss a night coming home without having to come up with some elaborate ruse.
yeah. She'll figure it out. She'll text them.
I didn't pay my phone bill. When I said I didn't have a flashlight, I just didn't pay my phone bill. So I always assume my phone doesn't work at all if I don't pay my phone bill.
I was going to say the flashlight on the phone would work if you didn't pay your phone bill.
No one told me.
My character's not there. So
I hear you judging me from afar. I have judgment vision.
I'm really glad I have such a big car.
Do we see do we see any of these these moments like when Hadron goes home? What does he go home to? When I imagine we're playing video games or whatever and having pizza, but like when Ibis goes home, like what's the deal? Like,
Yeah, if there's something specific that happens at the houses, I'm happy to help you play that out. If it's just sitting and thinking about your world changing in monumental ways, and that's also okay. But yeah, if there's something you'd like to, all four of you, even the ones at the dorm, if there's something you want.
I guess it would. I mean, I could play out what just a moment. I guess for Ibis, just I think for the audience, I think would be nice.
Sarah, do you want to say Hadron catches up with Ibis so that you can talk to a different character without having to
That's a good idea.
do a theatrical aside or something?
I mean, it's up to you if you want to talk. I was just going to describe what he did when he got home, but
okay.
But on the way there, it'd be cool because I feel like I don't know enough about Hadron as well. So
I think you both came on Marta, if I remember, way back to the
Yeah.
original episode.
and they exited about the same time, so you could have both. You could easily have both.
All right. I mean, I'm down. Let's improv it, as they say.
Let's role play.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I mean, Ibis has put his headphones on. Right. He likes to shut out the world, and he's just walking to the MARTA station.
Hadron will catch up with him just out of the fact that he's walking quickly because he is walking with purpose. All of his crap is in his new rucksack that holds even things like 8-foot tall halberds and shields and stuff. So
he was surprised how
handy.
roomy it was as he started backing it, huh?
it is handy. It's a handy haversack. So he'll kind of catch up and obviously notice you and hey.
You might have to touch him because
That's fine.
I've got my headphones on. I've tuned the world out.
All right,
He
roll
will-
initiative, because I'm sure as soon as you tap him on the shoulder, he's swinging.
He'll just kind of tap him on the arm.
And Ibis takes his earpod out and yells what the fuck? Oh, hey man, sorry. And he takes his earbuds out and puts them in the front pouch of his hoodie. What's up?
No, it's been a weird day. I get it.
Yeah, weird. definitely weird. What part of town you in?
Oh God, Scott doesn't know anything about Atlanta. Blah, part of town.
Okay. Cool. I live in Inman Park, so
Oh, they're pretty close together, those two.
yeah.
Lawn and,
Are you headed to the MARTA station?
Yeah, I guess so. That's how I got here.
Cool. Well, do you want to? I guess we're walking together.
Unless you'd rather.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. No, but it's cool.
This is
I'm
the
not used to
surliest
people-
man conversation I've heard in a second. This is great.
I'm not used to people wanting to walk with me. It's been a while, so yeah. So you got a family or whatever, or are they gonna freak out when they see you, or?
I mean, I think Hadrian looks pretty normal, but
Well, you got the whole rock thing that happens when you get angry or whatever. That they might notice that, man. Just a little bit.
yeah. No, I left home. Joined up not long after 9/11.
Oh, so
Folks were not-
yeah.
Folks are not real happy.
I got that. I live by myself. I
Yeah.
used to not, but I'm kind of separated at the moment, so that's fun. You know?
Yeah, didn't think a guy like you would have a ring on for no reason. Didn't
Well,
seem your style.
I also can't get it off at this point, so it's kind of really embedded in there. But yep, it's been a few months and stuff. But yeah, not really open to talking about it just yet. But maybe when I get to know you more. I like
Yeah.
you better than the fucking Keebler elf. You seemed like you have your shit together, and I appreciate that about you.
Thanks. Trying to get my shit together. I was deployed for a long time, so it's not
Yeah.
easy.
I thought about joining when I was in college and stuff, but I had some shit happen and it kind of, I was doing sports and stuff and that kind of became my thing and I just kind of threw that all away too. Anyway, blah,
No,
blah,
you-
blah. Piss and moan, as they say. Piss and motherfucking moan.
You're better off.
Cool. So I guess we get on the MARTA train.
Yeah.
And Ibis goes to the seated thing. He doesn't like to try and stand and just waits. And I guess doesn't talk anymore, so there's that awkward silence. And then you get to his stop and he goes, all right, well,
Hadrian will sit across from him and ask, what the hell do you think about all this?
I don't know, man. I think I'm still kind of in shock about it. But fuck it. I mean, a job's a job, right? And I thought this was going to be a boring fucking desk job. Maybe not. So I've got nothing else to fucking lose. Why not, right? Hopefully, I won't keep looking like a balloon. But, I probably fucking deserve it, right? So that's on me. But hey, this is my stop. So,
It's not gonna just be a job.
fuck it, right? It's all just a job, right?
It's not gonna just be a job. They're gonna have us run around killing things, living, breathing things. It's not just a goddamn job. These little Oompa Loompas have roped us into something I'd hope to never have to do again.
I mean, I don't think you have to, man. I think I'll let you out if you want to get out. I don't know what to tell you. So this is a little. Oh, go ahead.
I'm supposed to turn my back on the fact that they've just done some kind of body horror shit on you and two other employees. And now they say, well, all you got to do is run around town and kill things when we tell you to, and we maybe can fix you. Maybe we'll let you into the VA when you're done.
I see.
Take that, Aaron.
What have I done?
Dude, I hear you, and I would like to continue this conversation. It's a little heavy for me, and I've told you I can't process right now. I can't let's give me like a day. Let's get some fucking drinks tomorrow. I can't right now. I can't. I'm not trying to abandon you, dude.
No, I get it. I mean,
I can't. This is my stop. I gotta go. And like Ibis just puts his earbuds in and goes, I think you're cool. I'll see you tomorrow, man. I'm sorry. And he just goes.
All right.
You cracked his armor. You got inside his heart.
Sure, but I also have a thing that I want to do in my apartment. So anyway, Ibis goes up to his apartment and
Please don't tell us about the bathroom.
oh god. No, his apartment actually smells a lot of like he's got like 2 different diffusers going on. You know, it's very aromatic because he's trying to hide his stench. And he goes in and he puts his shit on his catch-all table and he goes to the kitchen. There's some medicine on the counter and he takes his medicine. And he looks up and he still sees the picture of him and his wife and just kind of slumps down and goes, fuck. And then he thinks about like when he touched his object and hearing the curse and the words of his wife that she said to him. He just kind of relives that moment over and over. And he thinks about the actions that led to her saying that and just kind of gets really pissed off and slams the counter and then just kind of walks to the couch and sulks. That's it.
Wow, yeah.
Poor Ibis.
Adrian goes to a small chest and opens it up, the cedar chest, and inside's his like army fatigues. The most prominent being desert camo, but they're, for convenience sake, we'll say there's other types too. And he will reach down and pick it up kind of shakily and then get really pissed off and just jam each one of the suits of clothes into his haversack and slam the chest shut and shake his head and say, goddamn trolls making me put this stuff back on.
Wow.
And then back at the apartment, goddamn trolls! You gotta kill the goddamn trolls! Hit start, hit A, hit B, 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 B. Woo! This shit's gonna be great!
Yeah, and I'm reading to you from my handbook. Like all these fun facts that I don't care if you care about them because I'm so excited about them.
Tell me about the mind flayers! And I'm like slamming pizza. Oh, my red potion kicked in the way it's supposed to. Woo!
Yes!
This potion is a ride.
I'm sorry, Sarah, and I got a little heavy and dark.
I'm not.
But I just imagine like there's heavy scenes and then like woo and pizza and like reading the book and like you pan out like, you know, and you see and you can hear like the whole city and there's laughter and there's sadness and there's, you know.
Yeah, Scott and I are the HBO special and you guys are the sitcom.
It's a very Joss Whedon sort of cut that just happened.
We're just giving Aaron the tools to, you know, contrast or the tools of the storyteller, right?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
great.
And when Alanir is having a turn with the controller playing the game, I'm on my phone shopping. So I'm like, holy shit, I'm so tall. Think of all the things I can wear. So I'm shopping.
No shelf is too high.
Very excited.
Hey, Rosemary, can you get something from the top shelf?
Oh,
Yeah.
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 And this is not like me, like a rebuke from Scott as the player. Like this is
We're
how
good.
these games go. It's,
Yeah.
it's
I know. I'm glad. I'm glad you're thinking about it in the multi-dimensional, the figuring how the character would react to it. You know, above the table, I certainly hope that even the character sort of finds this, like, because the opening, the next couple of things are going to be very much defending Atlanta, defending people, taking care that there aren't more skeletons in the basement. But I can also understand that even fighting for the good is still challenging for him where he's coming from.
yeah. I mean, that's part of it too, and I think he does feel like the others got roped into it more than he did, but so he feels very, very trapped. I think so.
I wasn't
He's handling
expecting
it
that.
a little. I really wasn't either until it just kind of came to me as we were going along tonight. And, so
It was when Doug didn't seem upset about the skeleton. I just saw like the entire the puzzle pieces just like if this, then all of this.
yeah.
Well, Aaron, do you want to paint us any kind of picture on the way out of this? Because it's about 10 o'clock, and I didn't know if there's anything else that we need to see, hear, or know from Mr. Aaron Narrator.
No, for today, that's sort of where I was hoping to sort of either end or this is sort of where I was expecting us to get to tonight. Yeah. So just this idea that you've now, if not accepted perhaps everything, that you have all sort of chosen to cross the threshold and move into this IT department nonsense, and then starting to realize that you are bound together in some ways.
All right, Aaron, I got a
Even if you're-
curveball for you. I'm
right.
I'm gonna throw you something. I'm gonna give you an intro, and then I'm gonna throw it to you, and then through a series of vocal sound effects, explosions or whatever, and your imitation of our character voices saying quippy one-liners, you're gonna give us a trailer of next time. Here we go. Digga 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 digga. Next time on Nerdtime Chronicles presents the IT. What was it? IT. The IT
department.
department. All right. Digga digga digga. Next time on Nerdtime Chronicles presents the IT department.
So wait, you're telling me that we have to go there? Hey man, look, just let me have my good time, and you don't even have to know what's going on down there.
Cocaine.
I think, guys, that I could probably get us in there, but you should stand back while I do it.
Digga digga digga. Very tall.
Hey, watch! See if I can do this with one eye closed. Ready?
Digga 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 digga. Probably first to die.
Oh God, what have I gotten myself into?
The only sane one.
No, don't open that!
Da da da.
Nerdtime Chronicles.
Nerdtime Chronicles.
Sponsored by Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder, the drink of Ibis.
Mac Weldon, don't have a stinky butt.
How was that?
That was great. That was everything I could dream it would be.
Applause, 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 applause. Clap, 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 clap.
All right, I am going
have
to
to make
stop.
sure all 6 of those things happen in the next episodes, or at least the next arc.
I'm going to stop rolling at 9:59.